Twitter question number 2 of the week. Now, this one's a bit more wordy, so bear with me. And a little more you have to think about, just a little more. So, at They Love Storm underscore tweeted, if you're dating someone and they accomplished a big goal and you found out via social media and they never told you, wouldn't you feel some type of way? Or is you feeling some type of way about them not telling you, you making things about you with a whole bunch of question marks? So the TLDR of this question, and this kind of feels like personal, but it is a good question. I like stuff like this. I like when people post this type of stuff online. Basically, if you know somebody, and obviously, not to get anyone's business, but some people here aren't necessarily in relationships or haven't seen each other, so we can expand to somebody that's important to you. Maybe it can be a brother or a parent, or, whatever dynamic you want to imagine. If somebody really important and close to you, if they accomplished a big goal, and again, that can be relatively subjective, but maybe they got their dream job, their dream car, they accomplished something major in school, they won a major award, whatever they would consider a big goal. If they accomplished a big goal and you went on their social media and that's where you saw how they accomplished it, but they never ran it, they never told you, they never said, hey, I did this, they never mentioned it to you at all, would you feel the type of way? I guess we can start with that, and then we can get into the other aspect of it. And again, I don't want to predispose anyone's answers, but I kind of have a feeling just the way men look at certain things. But I'll start with you again, Ghost. If somebody close to you or important to you, or maybe even if you want to imagine if you had a wife or a significant other accomplish something big, and they showed it on social media but didn't tell you, would you feel a way about it? Keep it a stack.
Well, if it's like a family member or a friend, I personally really wouldn't care unless it's something like huge news, like you're getting married or some shit. Then that would be something to find out on social media versus real life. But in general, like I'm not gonna be pressed about it. If it was my future wife, however, again, it depends on the news, but I think yeah, because it, if you're if you're in a relationship, you basically telling your partner about everything that goes on in your life, and if they didn't, I don't know, if they didn't feel the need to, it's one thing, but if they felt like you wouldn't be supportive or something, or like it's if there was a deeper underlying issue, then I think that might be cause for concern in the relationship where something like if it's on your part or if it's on their part, if they have a misconception, then I could see it turning into something that needs to be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wouldn't say it's necessarily making it about you because yeah, technically it's them doing it, not you, but at the same time, like y'all supposed to be in it together. So if you winning, we're both winning. Like that's kind of how it should work, especially in a relationship. So
Yeah.
it depends on the news, but I'm I might be. I'll leave it at that. I might be.
Going back to like if it's like a family member or friend, what if it's because maybe even we can expand it to maybe not necessarily big goals, but like big news. What if you have a family member that you're ultra super close to in your mind, and then you find out via social media they're having like a baby, or like you said getting married? That wouldn't bother you?
Like when you say bother me, like I'm thinking like I'm like offended or I'm upset. Like how could they not tell me this? I really wouldn't be like that, but I would be surprised and shocked. I'd be like, you didn't tell me this? Like it, it would
Yeah,
be more like I'm just caught off guard than like actually hurt by it.
yeah, I got you.
That's what I'm interpreting as like being hurt by this. But
Yeah, no, I got you.
yeah, again, it really depends. Like again, like marriage, you having a baby, those are like huge things to just not even tell someone about. But
Hmm.
if you got a promotion at your job or some shit, or I don't know, it's like good for you, but it's not it's not my business. So It's whatever.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Ace? Same question. If somebody close to you, and or if you can imagine yourself or your significant other, if they accomplish something big or something big in their life happen, and they didn't tell you, and you found out via social media, would you feel away?
Yes, if it's somebody close to me, which I'm thinking it would only really be uh immediate, like sisters, uh
Did
actually
you
that's
find?
it.
Did you find out Wes was getting married via social media?
No. No.
That would be
But yeah,
funny.
that would have made me upset, I think.
Okay, keeping it buck.
Um yeah. But anybody outside of it really is outside of brothers and sisters. I wouldn't mind at all. I can't think of anybody where it would.
This is super off topic, but if you were found out via social media, would you still have been the best man
Yeah,
at his
yeah.
wedding?
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
not. That's not
just
off
wondering.
topic. It would be extremely petty if you said no, but
I mean, be petty not to tell him.
well, we're gonna get to that part of it.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
is the thing. Like, why would it happen? Which is why I think I would be upset. It would almost have to indicate like there's an issue between you and that person.
well, I was gonna wait to get in
For
that,
me
but
and that situation, I would say.
do y'all don't think like that's sometimes not necessarily a malicious thing? Like some people could like, and especially in this day and age, could like when they receive big news, like they don't even try to think to tell everybody like on an individual level. Like they kind of throw it out on social media as like all encompassing. Hey, this is happening to me.
Yeah, that's definitely
It's a good
fair,
point.
and
Yeah.
that's why I said it depends on the news for me. Because like if you got news that you're gonna get a new job, or you got accepted for a new job, and like you're on your way back from the acceptance interview or whatever, and you post on Twitter, like I'm not gonna be upset about that, and like good for you. But it just there's some things that you tell people in real life before you announce it to the internet.
Yeah, it's like
So
a
just
I think
marriage thing,
I think in this day and
especially.
age that like I think that that divide I don't know the right word but like that concept is getting like small. I think social media is so ingrained in our like social way of life. Like the thought of like telling everybody on an individual level first is decreasing,
Well, it still pissed me off.
which is fair.
um, what was I gonna say though? Oh yeah, and I was going to agree with Ghost about with a significant other. It would be I think it would be an issue, maybe even more so than siblings. For the reasons that he mentioned, like I feel like the number one most important thing with a relationship um is communication and like openness between the the two parties. So I feel like if it's a major life event, um and you're going to social media before your significant other, I feel like that indicates there's at least some level of a divide or a rift in communication that um could be indicative of an issue.
Okay, so that kind of gets to the second point. So y'all don't feel in any form or fashion that that mentality that you guys are describing isn't like making things about you, and like if somebody has good news that they share, the good news however they like disseminate it is the more important aspect of things.
Yeah, I mean,
It could be.
it is
Um,
kind of this. I don't want to say relationships are selfish, but there is an implied give and take. Like you give some information, you tell people stuff, and they tell it to you. And I don't know if I'd say selfish because it really isn't like it's their life, not yours. But the implied thing is that you tell people about your life to some extent, and it's I don't know. You can't just completely forego that and act like it's normal. But I don't know.
Fair, fair
I don't
enough.
know if I call it
So
selfish.
let's play it out. We like to have conversations on here that gear us up for these situations if they do occur. So you're married, or you're in a long LTR or whatever. And your wife, we'll just keep it with the most basic. They got a new job. And they don't tell you. You think everything's the same, and they go on their social media, and you see that there's I don't know what you even post when you got a new job. Hopefully, you don't post a contract letter. But hey, I'm starting my new job Monday. Holler at your girl, whatever. What are you saying to them? What are you saying, Ace?
Well, oh, it's Ace.
I hate this.
Yep, get into it. Get in character. RP.
I don't know, man. Why didn't you tell me? Like, why did you feel why did you feel it more appropriate um to to post this on social media before telling me?
Oh, I mean, I was just so excited. I just wanted to share it. What's the problem?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Damn. Well, and that's where we need the soundboard. You'd get the lose. You get the lose down. Huh? Okay. Ghost, you want to take a stab? Same situation. Wifey, new job, posted social media. What are you saying?
All right. So, have we, for some context, have we talked about this at any point, or am I finding out that she's applying and that she got the job all in one fell
Dang.
swoop?
You're right, because like people don't just get jobs; they just use their process. Like if they'd have to go to an interview or two or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Uh,
answer it both ways.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the situation in which you've known that they've done the work, that they applied for the job, they did an interview, but you didn't know you didn't know about the final, they got the job.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset. Like it depends on like if I'm with someone that she's like more like just so because I mean me, I don't give a shit about social media, but if she like is really into it and is tweeting every day and like excited first reaction, I don't it's fine. Like I
So
would
you want
think
to
a call
so you want to
from
say
me
nothing
would
to her.
come.
So you want to say nothing to her.
No, I wouldn't like if I might think to myself like it's a little weird that you didn't call me first before putting out a tweet, but I'm not gonna say anything to him. I'll say like congrats. If it's the other way around and
Hold up, would you like to post and put a comment?
you're asking me this,
Oh yeah, true. My bad.
yeah, you know the
Okay,
answer.
so yeah, then the other situation, which they didn't tell you anything. They didn't tell you about the interviews, the application for it. They just pop out, hey, new job, new me.
Yeah,
Who this?
we all have some problems because like sure I'll
Well,
be happy for
hold
you.
on. What are you saying to them?
I was saying it. Well, kind of. Let me think. Uh, Jesus, fucking role play shit.
Yep, have fun.
So it's I'm not gonna do a play by play exactly what I'm gonna say. I'm not doing that. But for the general gist of what I would say, it'd be along the lines of congrats that you got the job, but you didn't think to tell me about this at all because your new job doesn't just affect her, it will affect me as well. So that's why like the selfishness thing I don't think really would apply too much because sure it's her life, but
No,
we in it together.
no. Again, I was just super excited, and I just posted it real quick. And
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about it. Like the job is in the same location. I still get up and get home at the same time. I'll still have dinner ready. You don't have to worry about nothing. Nothing's changing.
Wait, so is it like
It's
at the
just
same exact company and just a different position?
no different company, better position, better pay. We're good. Same location.
Well, I mean, at that point, if it's not a malicious thing, we're still gonna talk about it because it's like it's if something's going on, like
What's
you
going on? What do you
can.
mean? Aren't you happy for me?
No, bro, I told you I'm gonna do this. I'm not doing the play by play. I mean,
Y'all gonna
I'd be happy for her,
y'all gonna
but
bump into these situations in IRL and be
yeah,
caught with your
I'm not doing
pants
the role play with
caught
you.
caught with y'all
Dialogue line
caught
by
with y'all pants
dialogue
down.
line. I mean, sure, I'd be happy for her, but at the same time, it's if she doesn't feel for whatever reason that it's even necessary to talk about, it could just be like just a different way of looking at things. Because for me, it might mean one thing, and for her, it just might be trivial. And essentially, it'll boil down to me letting know that yeah, it's not trivial to me. Basically, if you have a significant life event coming up, then we can
It's not.
talk
It's
about
not.
it.
It's
That's what
not.
it would boil down to.
It's definitely not trivial to them because they posted it and they're super excited about it.
I mean, people tweet about anything. Like people tweet if they had
Oh,
a
yeah.
good
Oh,
pizza. Like
no, no one
it's
said it. No, no one said it's a tweet. It could have been on Facebook and or IG, and it could have been like,
applies for basically everything, in my opinion. Like again, it depends on what her habits are. She's excuse me, if she's like always posting little stuff, and she posts this as well. I don't. I could maybe attribute the same level of importance to this as something else, and then that might mean that it's just in her mind it isn't as big a deal. But if it's something where you never ever post and but you do in this case, and it's like a rare occurrence because you really feeling it, you're really happy about it, and it is important, and you still didn't talk about it, then yeah.
but you don't know what you'd say.
I mean, I'm not planning this shit. I mean, I gave you the gist of what I would say. I'm not
You
doing a
didn't.
play by play
You didn't
dialogue
respond.
line by
You didn't
dialogue
respond.
line.
You didn't respond to if they downplay it. Downplay like the need to tell you.
I mean, it'd be my response would just be I think this is a big deal. It's a significant life change. If you got something like this going on, then
And
why
then
did you
they respond with, "It's not going to change my life drastically."
well again, this is like again, it's for me, it's all about the intent. So just because I feel a significant life thing, I would let her know that that's how I feel about it. But I'm not it like it's a completely different thing if it's a huge thing in her mind she just didn't tell me versus if she didn't think it was a big deal and she didn't tell me. So that's what it boils down to in essence.
Fair enough. While the execution sounds a bit off, or I don't know about it, I will say I think it does. It is beneficial to kind of look at it like you have to know your person or know the person you're interacting with, and you use that to gauge whether them relaying certain information to you or not relaying it to you actually makes sense. Because yeah, there are some people that are more inclined to post stuff on a frequently basis, even if they're doing relatively minimal things, and then if they throw that in there in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. But if they are a person that only posts the major things and major milestones in their lives, and they post that, and then they don't, and they still don't tell you, then maybe that is more, a higher need for concern. So I don't disagree with that aspect. And again, some of these things are relatively Twitter questions. They don't even actually happen to a regular person, but it is good to know, have a general idea to know what you're going in if you do bump into something like this. Because again, this is a very day and age type of thing. Like social media is big. The way we communicate with each other is different, so you have to make sure that's strong. And I forget which one of y'all mentioned it, but yeah, communication is like one of the like literal foundations of relationships. So even if it's annoying for all the couples out there, you do need to make it a habit of running, for better or for worse. Even the like the from the middle from the minimum from the minor to major things by your partner, and a significant other feeling a way about that, you could say that is making them a bit about them, but in reality, if you want a high level of like relationship bonding, you have to look at a relationship as you're not just two people operating in this life. You're two people working as a collective unit, and if something big happens to you, I know it doesn't make sense, but you want to keep it from yourself. You would obviously make sure you're well aware of it and everything that that thing details. So it's better to just be provide more communication with your partner, even if it's a quick text or a note, or providing them the information is typically going to be better than not if it's some news. And obviously, I'm not necessarily pro tell your significant other every single last detail about your life, but that's a whole different topic of conversation. So yeah, the moral of the story is, know your person, know what they consider big news, and always strive to have a high level of communication. But yeah, if there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic. What is the next topic?